One trader says Bitcoin dropping to the $6,000 golden pocket isn't bearish, yet 42% of investors polled expect a $15,000 Bitcoin price before the year is out. The U.S. moves one step closer to a digital dollar, and at the same time, U.S. senators introduce a very anti-privacy bill. Which app has been caught snooping on your data, and what can you do about it? An Israeli blockchain startup claims it has created an undo button for Bitcoin transactions. Russia, Estonia, and India are also in the news this week, so pack your bags and get ready for some mask-free travel around the world for this Bad News episode number 423 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and jumping up and down. And where did I put all the stories for the show? They're here somewhere. They're just hidden underneath all the browsers. All the tabs. Too many tabs. I got all the tabs. Okay. Welcome to the Bad Crypto Podcast, the show for the crypto... Oh, wait, I got to take my mask off. Welcome to the Bad Crypto Podcast, the show for the crypto curious and the crypto serious. I'm Joel Comm.
Yeah, you're not supposed to wear Halloween masks. It's a medical mask.
That almost sounded like the Peanuts. And who are you?
I'm the teacher in Charlie Brown's room.
You're definitely not Travis Wright. It sounds like talking heads on mainstream media these days. It's all wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, but it's all in unison. Like one channel is all the same wah, and the other channel is another version of different wah.
Well, we promise not to wah, wah, wah. Maybe wah, 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 wah. That's the only wah, wah, wahing we're going to do here. Once you go bad, gang, you never go back. It's a rabbit hole that goes deeper and deeper and widens the deeper you go. It's the blockchain and cryptocurrency world. Welcome to the show. Got lots of news for you today. But first, let's give a shout out, perhaps, Mr. Travis Wright, to our show sponsor.
Yes, MobiPay. You know, money's been around for a long, long time. And it's evolved from shells to precious metals, minted coins, and credit cards, and paper money, and now digital money. And so, go check out MobiPay.io. They're doing some great stuff there. And if you go check it out, you can get $10 worth of MBX tokens for absolutely doing nothing except putting your name in and setting up a wallet. So go check it out. They're doing some great stuff. They recently had a new partnership with which company was it? It wasn't
Verge.
Verge. There it is. Verge. I was going to say
on the
Venmo,
verge of working with Verge until they merged with Verge. Well, it's
merged
not
with Verge,
but they're working with them.
Virgil. Did a partnership with Virgil down on Main Street.
That's their mascot's name, Virgil. Virgil Verge. Oh my gosh, we're on the verge of ruining this show. Go check them out, MobiPay.io. Do it, and let's go to the news. Timestamp 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on this July 3rd in the year of 2020, the day before Independence Day. Looking at CoinGecko.com, the total market cap right now, it's just like been hovering around 264 billion. Bitcoin is at 9,082. Ethereum, $226. Tether, 0.999548, because that last decimal point matters. XRP, 17.5 cents. Bitcoin Cash, 221. Cardano, almost 10 cents there, just shy of it. Bitcoin SV, 157. Litecoin, $41.33. EOS, 242. And once again at number 10 this week, staying strong in the number 10 slot is Changpeng Zhao with the BNB Binance coin, $15.38.
Very nice. Also, the big winners this week, Kyber Network up 58%. Kusama, KSM, entered into the top 100, and this is the first time I've ever heard of them.
Is it Kusama or Kusama?
Kusama. I don't know. Up 41%. It had it's averaging almost $3 million a day in volume. That's interesting. Celsius Network up again this week, 35%. So that's had a big win. The Synthetics Network, that's up 32%. L. Ron Hubbard, ERD, haven't heard of this one either, but it's up 36%. It's not the L. Ron Hubbard token. Bancor up 27%. As you mentioned, Cardano up about 22%. Loopring up 16%. And Thorchain.
I had to look up Kusama. It's kusama.network. No idea who it is. It's kind of it's a radical looking site. Expect chaos, no promises, Polkadot's wild cousin, a canary network. These are some of the things coming up on a Polkadot experiment. I'm not sure what it is, but there's an ad for a hacking conference on the banner up above, and apparently you can claim
the scalable multi-chain network for radical innovation. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. Not sure what it is. We do need to do another Talking Tokens. I think, to look at some of these.
Just go through like the top 100 that we've not seen before, like names we don't know, and just talk about them.
That's what we can call the show. Talking Tokens, the top 100 that we have never seen before.
Yeah. Like brand new to us.
Big losers for the week is Balancer, also number 91 in CoinGecko, down 32%. Compound down 24%. Swissborg down 20%. Tokenized Exchange 18% down. Nano down 13%. Hive down 11%. None of the not a lot of huge motion. Again, I would say the week has been pretty much sideways for most of the crypto markets, Mr. Travis, right?
Yeah, and while you are here on CoinGecko, make sure to claim your candies.
Get your candies, because if you can get your candies, you can get a complimentary Blockchain Heroes promotional card from CoinGecko. And if you don't know what we're talking about, then you might hop over to the Blockchain Heroes Telegram at t.me/BC Heroes and say, what's this about the free candies and CoinGecko card? We'll talk more about
actually not allowing me to do that right now, because if I click over on that, it tries to make me log in, but I'm already logged in. Some weird error going on in CoinGecko.
You breaking things, Travis?
I don't know. Does it work for you?
I'm not testing right now because I'm recording a show.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing a podcast. Come with me. Let's do this thing together.
I guess we'll do a podcast. I mean, we were literally on that page talking about the page.
Get your candies. So this story from Cointelegraph, which of course is the most read crypto publication in the world, also offering a limited edition Blockchain Heroes card. More about that later. A survey took place, and the survey was by a major crypto custodian, a custodian Bitcoin IRA. 42% of the platform's customers expect Bitcoin to exceed 15,000 by the end of 2020. Do you guys agree? Raise your hand right now if you agree. Oh, I see that hand. Paul just raised his hand. Paul. Debbie just raised her hand. That's good, because usually Debbie's a downer. So way to go, Debbie. True. I see that hand.
So do we expect 15K by the end of the year? There was times during the year where we thought so, sometimes not. But, I mean, we are still hanging around the 9,000, and all it takes is just, a couple of things, and this whole thing can pop in a good way. And
I do. For the record, they didn't survey me, but I am expecting 15K at some point this year. I'm not saying we're going to finish the year there, but I do believe that the way things are in the world right now, that we're going to start seeing the use cases for Bitcoin and people. In fact, where was it? Oh, we should probably include this story. I saw this yesterday on Twitter. Anthony Pompliano I think he was interviewing Bill Burr, or maybe he was tweeting with Bill Burr, the comedian.
Yeah, yep.
And Bill Burr said, F it, I'm buying Bitcoin. Like he converted over this guy. So we'll see if we can find that conversation for you. Maybe Travis, you can look for that.
Yeah, that's good. I want to move this story up in our flow here, Mr. Joel Com.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about this survey of people thinking that it might hit 15,000 in the year. Well, here on unilad.co.uk, there's an article that talks about Bitcoin market value could soon be over $1 trillion thanks to a perfect storm. Not the whole crypto market, the Bitcoin market value. And what they're saying here is Bitcoin investors might finally have a reason to feel a little vindicated after research is showing a perfect storm could send the crypto market's value up fivefold to a staggering $1 trillion. And they go on to go talk about a report on the Messari website where they're saying institutional investors are the white whales of crypto. Ever so elusive, institutional investment in cryptocurrency has long been considered the most significant barrier between Bitcoin and a multi-trillion-dollar market capitalization. And in anticipation of their hopeful arrival, firms have raised more than $1 billion in order to build infrastructure to serve them. And deal activity is picking up as the perfect storm appears to be brewing for investment in Bitcoin. Now, we had, John Tudor Jones recently, who's a big hedge fund guy.
Paul Tudor Jones.
John Paul Tudor Jones?
It's Paul Tudor Jones.
John Paul Ringo George Tudor Jones.
Was the bassist for Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, that's good. And so they said there could be hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars in inflow picking up, which could take us way over that $15,000 mark. And then what do you think of that, Mr. Joelcom?
I think that if that is the case, then the 42% will be right. You know, that look, it's not going to surprise any of us when Bitcoin takes off, right? So, you know, Paul Tudor Jones, major institutional investor, says he's going in. He has invested just over 1% of his assets in Bitcoin. You don't hear stories of big investors or governments or large corporations saying, you know, we're pulling back our crypto efforts, or I'm selling all my Bitcoin. All you hear is moving forward, more adoption. So when this finally does happen, we're not going to be like, oh, we didn't see that coming. Now, who would have guessed that was even possible? Hey, I found this article here. This was dated yesterday on Forbes. Crypto bull Anthony Pompliano just convinced comedian Bill Burr to buy Bitcoin. This is by Billy Bambro, a contributor to Forbes. And let me see where this actually happened. So Burr told Pompliano, I'm getting Bitcoin following an expletive-laden tirade against the 2008 financial crisis bank bailouts on his Bill Burt podcast. So Pomp was a guest along with the co-host on the show, and they talked for an hour and a half about this. This could be really fun to go listen to the show because Burr's a funny guy. Burr is a funny guy. One of my favorite. It was just so humorous because they all. I know some of them were liberals, some of them conservatives, but there was a deal they did. I think it was Joe Rogan, Bill Burr, and a couple other comedians the day in 2016 after the election. And they were saying some of the funniest stuff of all time, like that, them all sitting in a room cracking jokes about the election was, I think it could have united everyone. If everybody had listened to that, maybe these last 3 years would not have been contentious, but Bill Burr, smart guy. He is a smart guy. And so if there was ever a signal, you know, for mass adoption, Bill Burr getting crypto, maybe that's it. I don't know. A comedian who's a joker says, all right, I'm getting in Bitcoin. We actually, you know, speaking of which, we have a great interview coming up in the next week or two with Max Kaiser. And, you know, he's been recommending Bitcoin since $1. Yeah. Since $1 in 2011. I mean, it's a great interview. We went on for about an hour with Max, and it is a red pill fest. He's dropping knowledge, and then at the end, he busts out his ukulele and starts singing songs. Travis, or goes, Joel and his friend, stop your shit coinery. It was funny stuff. Well, you know, not everybody's completely bullish on Bitcoin right now. This piece here by William Suberg on Cointelegraph says that Bitcoin dropping to $6,000, what they're calling the golden pocket, isn't necessarily bearish. There's a trader known as Steve Crypto, and his analysis is that, you know, even if it hits to 6,300 or lower, it can still retain its overall uptrend. And he goes in talking about Fibonacci's and Mostaccioli's and all the other Italian foods. Fibonacci is not linguinis, Mr. Joelcom. Spaghetti. It is the math of nature, which is interesting. So there's definitely some stuff there that said it could go as low as 6,300, even dip to 6K, and still be bullish. In fact, that would be a healthy correction right into the golden pocket of the 0.618 Fibonacci
level, but I'd really prefer it to pop up to 50,000. Let's do that.
I'd be good with that 50,000. So meanwhile, something has popped up in the U.S. Senate that has a lot of people in crypto going, ooh, that doesn't feel good at all. So the Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham and U.S. Senators Tom Cotton and Marsha Blackburn introduced the Lawful Access to Encrypted Data Act on Tuesday of this week. The new bill, quote, would bring an end to warrant-proof encryption in devices, platforms, and systems. So, they're using terrorism and criminal activity via technology to basically say that encrypting stuff could be against the law. I mean, wouldn't that destroy the whole premise of cryptocurrency?
Well, it also would destroy the Fourth Amendment of us having our right to our own privacy, unless proven guilty of some sort. Then they can go in and get an arrest warrant. But this is unwarranted. This is them being able to spy and eliminate our privacy in the digital world, right? They can't just come into our house and go through all of our papers and all of our stuff here at the house, because that's the Fourth Amendment. But apparently they think the Fourth Amendment doesn't apply to technology, whereas technology is the place where the Fourth Amendment should be at play the most, because here we all are. We spend most of our lives in the tech world. And so I think this is very ill-advised. And we have, people on the Republican side of things, Lindsey Graham, Tom Cotton, Marsha Blackburn, foo to them. I think this is very bad, and I hope each one of them get voted out of office.
Double foo. So Rihanna Pfefferkorn, who has a great name, and she's the Associate Director of Surveillance and Cybersecurity at the Center for Internet and Society at Stanford Law School, says this bill is the encryption backdoor mandate we've been dreading was coming, but that nobody during the past 6 years of the renewed crypto wars had previously dared to introduce. Well, these three senators finally went there. So this is a very bad thing.
Well, guess what? If there's a back door, there's not just a back door for the U.S. government. There's a back door for hackers. There's a back door for other, states around the world, right? I mean, if China wants to hack into your stuff, they can, because there's no encryption now. And speaking of which, the next article on the list here is TikTok and 32 other iOS apps still snoop on your sensitive clipboard data. So any passwords or Bitcoin addresses or private keys or anything that you have in clipboards are free for the taking. And there was researchers, they uncovered this. There's this huge privacy grab by more than 4 dozen iOS apps. And there's a lot of different apps that are doing this. And what they're doing is they are, they all share the universal clipboard, and that contents that are on there can be copied from the one app from one device and pasted into an app running on a separate device. And it's very dangerous, Mr. Joel.
Well, and there's an easy solution to this. Delete TikTok. That's
just one of 32 that's doing it, though.
Right, but it's the most popular one. You've got hundreds of millions. Maybe, I don't know, is there 1 billion people yet using TikTok?
Yeah. About 800 million active users.
It's right. It's a Chinese company, gang. Wait, hello. What do you think so let's think about it this way. If you have passwords that you have copied in your clipboard to then paste, maybe you even copied them from LastPass, right? I use LastPass all the time. Go into LastPass, copy the password, go to whatever site I'm going into and paste it in. Well, that's in your clipboard. Mm-hmm. So now your passwords are visible. And so, TikTok says that they're going to update this, and it doesn't happen. But do you believe them?
I mean, that's a big problem. And I thought Russia was the country we were supposed to be worrying about. But all this time, that seems like it's sort of a covert thing, because here's China and their technology sort of honeypots pulling stuff like that. That's not awesome. I just actually set up a TikTok for the blockchain heroes, and it was gaining some traction, but maybe I just kill it because of this craziness.
Well, I mean, it's your data, it's your clipboard, you're doing it, so it's totally up to you, Mr. Travis Wright. I don't want you to lose any more cryptos. You already have too many sad stories out there.
Right.
By the way, we We're going to be talking about something.
Well, let's say this. Hold on a second. I want to share some of the names that are doing this. Here's some of the news apps: ABC News, Al Jazeera English, CBC News, CBS News, CNBC, Fox News, Newsbreak, New York Times app, NPR, Reuters, Russia Today, The Economist, Huffington Post, The Wall Street Journal, Vice News. There's a whole bunch of games that's doing it as well. Here's some of the popular ones: Bejeweled, Classic Bejeweled, Fruit Ninja, Plants vs. Zombies.
So they all have this vulnerability.
TikTok, Viber, Weibo, Zoosk, some meditation apps, Bed Bath & Beyond, Hotels Tonight, Overstock, Sky Ticket, Weather Network. Crazy.
I don't have any of those. So
I have Hotels Tonight, but I don't.
All of those have the same vulnerability? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
Those are all spying on your clipboard.
But
we're more worried about encryption and not worried about tech companies stealing our data, I guess. What a world. What a world.
Indeed. What a world indeed. Well, meanwhile, Travis, have you ever sent your Bitcoin to the wrong address and gone, oh, snap?
Well, sometimes you get that clinchy feeling. Like the first time you send Bitcoin, it's like, is it going to go? Is it going to get there? Why isn't it there yet? It's been an hour. Are you coming? Is it there? Or did I do it wrong? That clinchy feeling of the sphincters is not pleasant.
Clenchyssphincters.com. Don't go there. I don't know what you're going to find if you go there. Well, this is really interesting. There's a Israeli blockchain startup called Karobo, and they say they found a way to tackle the problems related to human error in crypto transactions. They have invented what they're calling retrievable transfer. It's a way for senders to cancel a transaction that's sent to the wrong address. Karobo provides a unique code to the sender, and the receiver has to enter the matching password in order to receive the transfer. Until the right code has been provided by the recipient, the sender can retrieve the funds at any time. That's really interesting. It's kind of like it creates an escrow type of format for crypto transfers, right? An extra layer of protection for human error.
It's kind of like that moment when you send that email and you're like, oh shit, I should not have sent that email. Oh no. And you can retrieve the email on some platforms before they get it, and you can resave it and redo it. So this is kind of like that. This is like a barrier. It's like a little protective oh shit barrier.
Clenchy sphincters.
Are you tired of clenchy sphincters? Well, you can now send Bitcoin with ease of mind with the undo button for Bitcoin transactions.
Perhaps you're tired of not getting free Bitcoin. Well, I'm tired of not getting free Bitcoin. Well, you might be as well. Here's the deal. We're not getting free Bitcoin. We're giving it away here at the Bad Crypto Podcast. This is for eToro new customers in the United States of America. If you haven't downloaded the eToro app yet, then what are you waiting for? All you got to do is download the app, fund it with at least $50, and then buy any of their 14 popular coins with that $50. Follow the instructions on the webpage I'm going to give you, and when you verify that transaction with us and eToro, we are going to give you $50. So if you want to double your Bitcoin investment, like boom, like that, go to badco.in/eToro, follow the rules, and you got to play by the rules. But we're happy to send you the $50 in free Bitcoin. In fact, just got some more confirmations from new customers today, Mr. Travis, right? So I will be sending out $50 in Bitcoin to multiple listeners.
That is exciting.
You know who you are. Just wait for it. It's coming.
It's true. It's true. Because we got all this. We got this $100, 100 free Bitcoin that we had stole from Russia, which was pretty good. And luckily here in the news, Russia court says theft of 100 Bitcoin isn't a crime because Bitcoin isn't property. So we got away scot-free, Mr. Joe Kahn. We can give $50 in Bitcoin to everybody.
All right, now hang on. What is this story all about? What do they mean? So this guy basically...
Yeah, this guy basically says that, the Russian court, they turned down a request from a victim that had 100 Bitcoin stolen from him. He was seeking restitution. And the courts have argued that cryptos have no legal status. Now, even though those 100 Bitcoin at this point are worth $900,000, apparently that's the court said, hey, they did rule partially in the victim's favor, and the thieves must repay 5 million rubles, but that's not all. It's not all with the crypto. So, yeah, they said, sorry, Bitcoin not the real thing. Eat a bag of dicks, you can get nothing. Except what we'll give you 5 million rubles. We'll give you $90,000 in cash, 10% of what you should have had.
Yikes. So a big hearing took place in the Senate Banking Committee on June 30th, Travis. It was about the future of the digital dollar. So I think, the Senate is beginning to see that the digital yuan is coming to the surface, and that they believe, perhaps America needs to get on the stick here to move towards a U.S. digital dollar. In fact, Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas said, the U.S. needs a digital dollar. The U.S. dollar has to keep earning that place in the global payment system. It has to be better than Bitcoin. It has to be better than a digital yuan. So
Yep.
Lots of comments here from different people that were in the hearing. And you guys can check that out in the show notes.
And what they said they were going to put on, when they say, in God we trust, they're going to change it to in Trump we trust. It's going to piss everybody off and nobody's going to use it.
Nobody's going to want to use a dollar bill anymore.
Yeah, no, they're not going to want to use the Trump trust thing because they don't trust it.
Trump bucks. Badco.in/423 is where you'll find the links in the show notes for this episode. So you can go check out these stories for yourself, because we always encourage you to DYOR, do your own research. Miss Travis Wright, let's check on, see what's going on around the world. Take us to India, please.
Yeah, here we go. There is a rise in crypto mobile apps in India following the Supreme Court decision. Now, India had an issue where they said crypto was illegal. You cannot do trading and that, and they eliminated that last year. And now crypto businesses are popping up in the Indian market, and they're attracting lots and lots of users through the mobile apps. And so there's a huge growing interest in the crypto market there in India, Mr. Jocom.
I want to know why the image that is with the story in Cointelegraph has their little Bitcoin guy, their little coin guy surfing over through the clouds, standing on iPhones.
I think maybe somebody was on drugs.
It doesn't have anything to do with India. I don't think we're looking down on India.
Well, they're surfing on mobile apps. I don't know. They are definitely surfing the clouds in mobile apps. Yeah.
So the real question is crypto going to stay legal in India? Right now, they are, but their Supreme Court's decision could still face future challenges. The Indian Ministry of Finance has proposed a ban on cryptocurrencies within the subcontinent. So it's a wait and see. Some people just don't get it, Travis.
That is true. What's up with the coin in the Ghostbusters looking thing on the side there? So who are you going to call? Coin Busters.
You just look at the ads.
Yeah,
The ads.
What's going on? It's like 3 of them in a row. So what's going on over in Estonia, Mr. Jocom?
Well, according to this article by Cal Evans on Cointelegraph, back in 2017, the Estonian government rocked the legislative side of the crypto world when they introduced a raft of new laws designed to support crypto projects. And as a result of these licenses, entrepreneurs flocked to the Baltic nation. However, the Estonian government is now deploying new rules related to companies that have been issued a license for cryptocurrency. And it looks like it's KYC stuff. And many are saying, why are they implementing new rules? As a result, crypto companies are going, maybe not. If you want to keep or obtain an Estonian crypto license, you gotta have a local resident director, a local office, and pay a $3,700 fee. And so now $1,500 a month is what this one guy says is, what your payment has got to be compliant. And people are like, I don't know. Maybe we go somewhere else. Maybe we go to Malta.
Right.
Gibraltar.
Well, Malta or Gibraltar somewhere. But I find that is fascinating. Well, they have new leadership. The new leadership is in the government now. I actually met the former Estonian president on the blockchain cruise a couple years ago, and really nice guy. He was one of the ones that helped orchestrate some of this. But I think the next administration that came in, we're trying to say, hey, let's get more money out of the scenario. And really the whole point of Estonia putting things on blockchain within the government is because they didn't want Russia to try to take them over again. They wanted to make sure all their laws, all their bills, all their rules and stuff is up on in the blockchain and in the cloud and untouchable and sovereign. And so they're trying to protect their sovereignty from Russia, Mother Russia. So good luck. I don't know. They're changing rules. It seems like that's, how often have we seen that though throughout the business and the tech world? I mean, you wrote the book on AdSense. How long did it take for Google to sort of say, okay, well, we're not giving you that much money on okay, you're getting way less now. Okay, now you're just getting the pittance. They're doing the same thing on YouTube. Oh, you get a bunch of the advertising, you get all the advertising, you get less of the advertising, you get a small amount of the. No, now we're gonna demonetize you. Now that's all our advertising. It's kind of the same thing. Estonia, hey, we're gonna do all this amazing stuff, and then slowly whittle those away until it's not advantageous to be there.
This article popped up here, Travis, and I don't want to go in depth. It's really lengthy. There's a lot of great content here. The article is by Ms. Julia Magas, Magas. She's Magas. I don't know if that means she wears MAGA hats or not, but I'm sure she's gotten a lot of crap about her name just around that. But this is all about how blockchain is changing the travel industry and cutting costs. There's a lot of great use cases in here for how ticketing on blockchain is going to save consumers a whole lot of money, how overbookings can be solved a lot by blockchain, and traveler digital identity, becoming your digital passport. So if you're interested in how blockchain is working on the travel industry, again, I recommend you go to our show notes at badco.in/423 and take a look at that story.
I want to reference this. I see this article over on the side here that says Bitcoin 90-day active supply soars to pre-2017 bull run level, report by William Suberg. And an on-chain metric, which has been declining since 2017, is now signaling a bullish trend, analysts from Stack Funds say. And they're saying that Bitcoin price to rise sooner rather than later due to this indicator. So that is a positive sign. We'll put that in the show notes as well. You can do your own research on that.
Right. And apparently there are some analytics tools that are being introduced that are designed to bring in traditional investors as well. All of these signs, Travis, just point towards adoption.
They certainly do. Big four analytics tools may lure in traditional investors. That's great. So, you're talking about Grayscale Investments. You're talking about some of those other big ones, KPMG. I would say probably McKinsey, maybe. Is that another one of those? I don't know, but there's a lot of those big companies. Fidelity is doing some stuff as well. So yeah, with these companies that are diving in, doing analytics on the crypto space, actually KMPG launched this thing called Chain Fusion, which is a crypto management platform. So more and more stuff's going to crypto. More and more countries are creating their own crypto, but Bitcoin is still the big baller, big daddy. And so who knows when this is going to start taking off, but maybe prepare, maybe put your seatbelt
You're
on.
not seeing articles that say Big Four have ceased development of analytic tools for cryptocurrency. It's not going that way. There's nothing in the trends.
Blockchain's a fad. Cryptocurrency is a fad. They decided to move on.
The only thing that reverses is crypto goes up, crypto goes down, right? Sometimes it goes down. But overall, the industry is moving forward. Our friend Mate Greenspan has a great newsletter that we recommend that you guys check out. What's the exact name of it? I get it every day.
QuantumEconomics.io, I believe it is.
Economics. It's free, and you guys should subscribe to it. But he's got an article here in the Bitcoin Market Journal, and it's basically his daily update. This is for June 30th, but the reason we're pointing this one out in particular is he linked to a Blockchain Heroes card that we revealed recently. The name of the superhero is called Forecaster, And apparently Mate thinks that Forecaster may be based on him. I mean, how weird.
Why would he think such things?
I don't know. I don't know what it is at all, but he posted this picture of the card, and he's telling people about blockchain heroes. We recommend that you do check out his tweets and his newsletter. Whether or not Forecaster is based on him, we can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah,
But we
and
could.
actually, there have been a few articles this past week written about blockchain heroes. One I thought that was pretty good was on Publish OX. It was from Bit Savage, and this person went through and talked about all the different stuff that's going on.
Savage.
Bit savage.
He's just a little bit savage, though. Also, big news came out yesterday. We knew that Topps and the Garbage Pail Kids were going to be releasing a new set at some point, and the rumors were that they were going to be based on the Tiger King, the very popular series that took place on Netflix that we all watched during quarantine and slightly.
I would not have watched it if not for Mr. Joel Combs saying, "Oh my God, I'm watching this thing called Tiger King on Netflix. It is ridiculous." And each episode seems to get a little bit more ridiculous. And I'm like, I like ridiculous.
You are ridiculous. So it was a good fit. Well, they have officially announced the GPK Goes Exotic digital set. And the set is going to be released on July 8th. So, today is the 3rd. They're coming out soon at topsgpk.io. They're going to come in packs. They're going to have 30 base cards, 15 designs with A and B versions, different names. There's going to be the Prism uncommon cards, the Tiger Stripe, which is a rare card, the Tiger Claw, which is a super rare, and then there's going to be 6 collector edition cards, 3 of them each with A and B versions that are going to be super rare.
So that just basically says the Series 1 version is just so completely rare because in version 1, they had the $4.99 packs or $4.95 packs, whatever they were. They came with 5 cards. They only had 10,000 of those. Now they're having 13,000 of those standard packs. The mega packs were $25 essentially for 30 cards. Now the mega pack has 25 cards and they're $20. But instead of the 2,000 mega packs that they had or whatever the number was, now they're having 7,000 mega packs. There's going to be a total of 240,000 cards available. And what's interesting to me is that this set has 30 base cards, 15 with AB versions, whereas, Garbage Pail Kids Series 1 had 41 base cards with 2 different variations. So they had I guess the total set was 82 cards because they had 41 cards with AB versions.
Right. Hard to tell how this is going to do. I think Topps is probably looking to onboard more mainstream users because honestly, with the launch of the first Garbage Pail Kids series, only like 1,200 people even though they sold out in 28 hours, there's only like 1,200 wallets that were holding any cards, and the secondary market went through the roof. So I have a feeling they're looking to onboard more mainstream. I just took a look at the Joe Chaotic. That's the name of the parody card 1A. But we just had the opportunity to interview Mr. Tobin Lent, who is the general manager, VP of digital at Topps, and he is going to be the guest in the spotlight for our next show, episode 424, which comes out Monday night. And we talked to him about all things collectibles, Garbage Pail Kids, blockchain, and the other properties that Topps has license to, which includes Major League Baseball, hockey, Star Wars, Marvel, and how all of these brands could be used to onboard. What's that?
Disney also?
Disney also, yeah.
Oh, can you imagine the kind of cool stuff that they could do? They could literally go through every one of the cool Disney movies and make a series of those from those clips. And here's a nice scene from a cartoon still that they could use. Now, I think the variations are going to be different. Now, if you look at this article here on the GPK News, if you see the images there, you see like the little tiger hand scratching across it. I bet that's one of the animations is where they're going to have a tiger that's scratching across the card.
Yeah.
Especially, damn you, Carol Baskins.
Well, it's on brand, and I think it's safe to say that we'll be buying some packs, and we're going to do an opening. We'll do a live opening, so make sure you're following us on Twitter, Bad Crypto Podcast, on Facebook in the Bad Crypto Mastermind. You can go to badco.in/mastermind so you know when we go live. And of course, today we'll have already been live for the Nifty Show. If you missed the episode, because we go live every Friday at 7 p.m. At 5 p.m. Eastern? 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
I don't know what time it is. 5 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Pacific. The Nifty Show goes live on Theta TV, and you could find that at nifty.show/Theta. And our interview today was with, assuming that he did show up, I'm saying this in advance of us actually doing the show, but by the time the episode goes out, we will have done the show. Alex Atala from OpenSea, which is seeking to become the marketplace for NFTs.
So we will be talking a little bit more about the NFTs and chatting all about OpenSea. And remember, we used to have a product called Deep Sea. So it's all, and I see you right now.
How it started out right there. So stay tuned, gang. Tobin Lent coming up in the next episode. And then the week after, Mr. Max Kaiser. You're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you are subscribed. Please share it with somebody that's like, oh my gosh, you need to understand this cryptocurrency and Bitcoin thing. And these guys, well, they make it kind of painless and a little dorky. And they'll make you bad. And they'll help you to stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.